Hello, welcome to my channel. Today we're going to talk about Meghan's diary. Have the contents of her diary been leaked? Let's just go back for a moment, go to the disclaimer. Full disclaimer can be found down below. All content has been found on a public domain, using this under the fair use, fair dealing guidelines. I hope you'll subscribe to the channel. If you do, set your notification bell so that you'll be notified whenever a new video is ready. Okay? Here we go. Now, before we get into the diary, I want to talk for just a minute. In previous videos, I had talked about Lady Colin Campbell, who is writing the book, Harry and Meghan, The True Story. Now, I was going to say in the bottom of this was a copy of her YouTube video. I've been watching all of them where she's been interviewed. And it says, in the 6th episode, Lady Colin Campbell talks about her experience with her narcissistic mother and why she wrote the book Daughter of a Narcissist, recognizing narcissism as well as her opinion of whether Diana, Princess of Wales, was narcissistic and whether the Duchess of Sussex is. Lady C reveals that her team was contacted by the author of Harry and Meghan's book, which would be written by Carolyn Duran and Ahmed Scobie. So she was contacted, and I guess they were asking her some of the questions or about what would be in it and asking if she could maybe leave some things out. But she had a discussion with them, and she doesn't reveal anything in there. She says that she's going to reveal it in the book. So when we get the book, we'll be able to read it from there. Again, our book is not available outside the UK, but they're working on it so that it can be ordered on Amazon in other countries. Lady Colin Campbell's brand, Meghan Markle, cheap, vulgar, and irresponsible, over Vogue edition, and says Duchess should behave like a royal and not an A-lister. So I know that edition of Vogue came out a while back, but it was just something else that she had said about her. She said that she acted more like a celebrity than a royal, and that's where she felt like Meghan was her downfall, that she couldn't adjust to being a member of the royal family and how you do things, but you don't seek the limelight or to be in the spotlight. And she said she felt like she just couldn't make that adjustment. All right, Meghan's nightmare royal diary has been leaked. All right, I don't know if they really got a hold of it, but the last I heard, the diaries were being held by the court, and that they were being held for the upcoming court case. So I don't know if this is true or not, but you can just see on the left-hand side, ever since Harry first kissed me, Harry loves me, but do I love him? And it says, I was so nervous to meet his family. Kate's silence is so scary when it's directed at you. At least Beatrice is nice to me. Prince Charles is such a flirt, and he likes to touch. I think it bothers Harry, but it's mostly, and I guess she goes on from there. But I thought I really would like to be able to see her diary, because I think it would be very revealing about her, and it would tell us a lot about what's been going on in her mind, and would also show that everything that they've done up until now, that she's kind of had a long-term plan for it, and that she never intended to stay. Again, those are just my opinions and how I feel. And this is a copy of the letter, and thank you. I found this on Rachel Your Doofus on her Instagram, and this was written by Meghan's, I guess it would be the half-brother, the son of her father. And when he wrote to the royal family, and he was going on to say, it's not too late, and this was dated 4/26, 2018, yeah. And he's talking about Meghan. He's talking about how she's going to break up the family and how it's going to be the biggest mistake he's ever made. He goes on to talk about her and the type of person that she is, that she's jaded and self-centered, and just goes in to try to talk Harry out of it, and says that it's going to be the biggest mistake if you go ahead and marry her. You just need to know this. All right, let's go on to the next. I found this on Instagram on True Color Markle, and this is some pictures of Meghan, and when she kind of stares in a weird way at William. At the very top left was their last official royal engagement at the Commonwealth, when she had the, I call it the Green Goblin cape. Look at her, just look at William. And then you could see she's always got this, just stare at him, and it's like she's flirting and hanging on his every word, and just really watches him and gives him a lot of her attention. And the person whose Instagram this is, True Color Markle, wrote, "Ugh, I have always wanted him, not his dim-wit brother. I hate you are all the more, Kate, for stealing him from me." Grr. And so I thought that was kind of funny, but really does. And then she gives such a mean look when she stares at Kate. There's been quite a few pictures taken. Of course, she's always flirting with the guys. This was at the Commonwealth, and this was when she saw, I think his name was Anthony. I forgot his last name, but he was one of the speakers there. But because of the pandemic, COVID-19, they were told not to shake hands, not to hug, and so forth. So you can see, if you go back and look at some of those pictures, Meghan's got her hand resting on him, and she almost, they say, brushes up against him. It looks like with his arm against her chest. She does. I've seen this in so many pictures. She just looks like she's hanging on their every word, but always with the guys. I found this also on True Color Markle. Give them credit. And this was one of the last official engagements, and where they were talking, I think, with the one of the young people's groups. And it showed a picture. She posted a picture of Harry with his legs up in the air, leaning back, laughing. Here she is talking, and this is where she says, "Let's not wait until there's a problem and try to fix it. Let's try to stop the problem from happening to begin with." Well, Meghan, it'd be great if we could do that. Not all things can, you can stop it before they happen, because, excuse me, you don't know they're about to happen. But I just wanted you to see Harry's face in this, and I thought, this is just so sad, and he's just staring down. He's just so checked out of what's going on, and is just there, but he's not there. He's just a million miles away, and I'm sure he's thinking about, he is leaving within a day of when this was taken at this event, and what that's going to be like to leave his family. This was at the Commonwealth, and I swear I have never seen Harry's eyes like this. But when she was walking into the church, she told him to be sure and smile. But here he looks like he is like a serial killer. His eyes look dead. They're dark. His face looks angry and like he's just about to rage on someone. And she has that smile. She's pretending like everything's good. We're all cool here. And it's funny. They put a copy of a little Oscar statue up on top of her head. And that's what that is. And she should get an Oscar for the acting of going in and smiling through everything after they had a supposed argument about them not walking in the processional prior to going. This was when Meghan went on dressed in an outfit, ill-fitting again, way too big, and short shorts up to her bottom, her bum, and she's just kind of looking away, and I think another guest has just joined them, but she just has this crazy look, and she was just flirting with the host, and putting her hands, always has to do that touchy-feely thing. And here's a picture of Meghan when she went to the animal shelter. And this is where she had a moon bump and she squatted down. Well, I guess when she did, it pressed against the front of her legs, because as she went down, you could hear a big pop noise. So the two ladies in the back, after she knelt down and wasn't paying attention to them, they all looked at each other like, what was that noise like? And Megan's pretending like she didn't hear anything. Everything's fine. She's just petting the little dog. And remember here, this was one of the times she was interviewed. I guess this is still when she was on Suits. And she was talking about how she could cry at the drop of a hat. It says, on set, they're like, Meghan, one tear, left eye, go. And she busts out laughing, going, like, give me 3 seconds. I can do it. I can cry or have a single tear drop from my eye, in 3 seconds. So she's just a big fake and phony. Oh, this is where she goes back to copying Diana. And Diana, this is when she's at an interview, and she says, thank you for asking, because not many people have asked if I'm okay. Well, remember when the Tom Bradby interview took place in Africa? Look exactly what Meghan says. Thank you for asking, she says, because not many people have asked if I'm okay. Word for word. Thank you for asking, because not many people have asked if I'm okay. Creepy, isn't it? She has studied Diana. I've seen pictures of her room when she was growing up. She had all of the royals on it. She had memorabilia. She had posters of Princess Diana. She had her books, and she was obsessed. So she can lie and say she didn't know anything about the royal family or about Harry, but her motif in her room was all about the royals. Oh, excuse me. Let me go back. So sorry. Okay. Anyway, let's go on to the next thing. Here she is copying Diana again. Diana was holding Harry at his birth, and the Sun captioned this picture, wild about Harry, and then look to the right, Vanity Fair. This is when Meghan started dating Harry, and I think right after it became public, and said just wild about Harry. Well, look at Meghan when she is out. This might have been one of the humanitarian things that she did before she was with Harry, I'm not sure, but she had photos taken of it, and then you can see Diana, Princess of Wales, and how white shirt, tucked in blouse, sunglasses hanging from the top of the shirt, hands on hip. And then at the bottom, you can see Meghan. Not many people have asked if I'm okay. And Diana says, anything good I ever did. Nobody ever said a thing, never said well done or was it okay. Here's when Meghan is seated at the Commonwealth service, and they're waiting on Prince Charles, Camilla, and Queen Elizabeth to come in. And she was staring at the cameras over to her left. Well, Sophie of Wessex did a turn and looked straight at her, and immediately Meghan looked down and then turned her head away because she didn't want to get caught trying to be on camera with this big Cheshire cat smile that she had. Another time, and that when Meghan was speaking, I think it was to the UN conference, and I knew when I had saw that, I thought, I've heard that before. Where have I heard it? True Color Markle had posted this. So, and I think I put this in another video, but didn't have the picture of the First Lady of the United States, Eleanor Roosevelt, President Roosevelt's wife. She was making a speech, and she said, it isn't enough to talk about peace. One must believe in it. And it isn't enough to believe in it. One must work at it, Eleanor Roosevelt. Now, Meghan what she said at the UN conference. It isn't enough to simply talk about equality. One must believe in it. And it isn't enough to simply believe in it. One must work at it. The only difference is Eleanor Roosevelt was talking about peace, and Meghan was talking about women's equality, and so she just removed the word peace and inserted the word equality. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. And I remember this is where she said that she received a standing ovation, and that one of the kings from another country was there. And then I've seen pictures of it, and everybody was seated clapping. She did not receive a standing ovation, or at least not where we can find it. All right, here is a picture of Meghan, and this is from True Color Markle again. And what's happening is if you watch the video and you see them walk in, this is right at the point when Meghan says, and you can hear it on the video, smile, reminding Harry right before they step in the church to be sure to smile. Got to look happy, got to look like we're thriving and living our best life, and this is the last event that we have to attend, and then we're out of here. Okay. Let's saving that for the another one. But so let me know what you think. Do you think that Meghan's secrets are going to come spilling out in this diary? Do you think there's going to be a big bombshell reveal that is going to come out from it? Let me know. Let me know if there's other content that you want to see. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe. That's my channel name down below. And I hope everyone is having a great weekend. And I will be back very soon, either today or tomorrow, with another video. Please be sure to catch the one that I posted earlier this morning. Thank you and goodbye.